All right, everybody, we are getting ready for the third installment of the SLC Kitchen Clash, brought to you by Chefpanzee. We're so excited. This is a gumbo kitchen clash. That's right. You can't get authentic gumbo, at least that I know of, anywhere in Utah, except right here today at Pepito Mo's. It's throwing down between Caleb and Joe. I can't wait to see what comes out of this. I am so excited. They're both back there talking trash to each other. We've got some great sponsors. Like I said, Pepito Mo's has given us a location to film this today. We've got Stone Ground Bakery, who's brought us some great bread to sop up all of that great gumbo. Fillings and Emulsions has made us a legit, authentic king cake. So great sponsors, great food. Check out Chefpanzee. You're gonna be seeing more footage from this today as the day goes on. Keep watching, stay posted, and yeah, Kitchen Clash Gumbo edition. Cheers.
Hi, my name is Anthony from Noemi's Catering. I'm here with Chefpanzee doing the Gumbo Challenge. I'm one of the judges and I can't wait to see how it comes out.
Hi, my name is Kimberly. I am with Pepito Mo's. I already forgot what I was gonna say. I am here to eat food. Gumbo, SLC Kitchen Clash? I was gonna say Clash Kitchen. Yeah, I just wanna eat a lot of food. I ate all my bread already, so they didn't give me more bread, but thank you for watching.
Hey, I'm Daniel. I'm here with the Chefpanzee tasting panel, and I've been selected as a judge for the Gumbo Kitchen Clash. And I'm looking forward to some good gumbo, some good seafood, some good sausages, and I heard they got frog legs. So I'm trying to see if that tastes like chicken or not. So wish me luck. Tastes like chicken.
I just want to point out Caleb Askin's only Creole seasoning in this house. It's unopened, but obviously he bought just for this competition. He doesn't cook Cajun food. It is what it is.
Looks like Joe found my backup seasoning and decided to make a claim that it's the only one I got in the house. Come on, Joe. You know, if he lies about that, what else is he lying about? Is he even from Louisiana?
How I see this going down, I plan on doing what Dustin Poirier did to Conor McGregor last weekend. I'm going to metaphorically kick him in the leg a couple times. I'm hitting him a couple 1-2 punches, and I'm going to knock him out. You heard me?
Joe, I love the Conor McGregor analogy, but you're not Dustin Poirier. You're the old man in the bar that refused to drink his whiskey. I've seen your kitchen. You got like 5 spices, and 3 of them are Tabasco. I'll tell you how it's gonna go. And there's nothing metaphorical about it. On Sunday, I'm gonna destroy you.
I'm real excited about this competition. I think I'm going to stop my opponent. I'm going to put the time in to make a good roux. I went to University of Louisiana Lafayette. We had a swamp in the middle of our university. I don't think Caleb's lived there in years. I don't think he's even cooked Cajun food. He just got a bottle of Tony Chachere's. So he didn't have Creole seasoning before this competition. So now it's just like an afterthought for him. It's not what he's about. This is what I'm about. So we're going to put the old body whooping on him. We're going to hit him with the old cayenne. And we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Hear Joe, see his videos, talking about going to University of Louisiana Lafayette and having a swamp and blah, blah, blah. And I haven't lived there in years and I don't cook Cajun food. I tell you what, Joe told me he never makes his gumbo the same way twice. For me, I know my gumbo's gonna win. My gumbo's gonna win because it's not my gumbo. It was given to my parents, my dad, who's a machinist by trade, and Gonzales, Louisiana, is have a halfway between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, from another machinist named Gary Lassard, who came up through his family. It's about 100 years old, to where Gary Lassard perfected it, gave it to my dad, and my mom made it the exact same way my entire life, and I make it the exact same way. It's mastered. It's a game winner. It's gonna beat his, no question. Joe talking about this is his life and what he's about. The only thing Joe's mastered is how to memorize clever, funny Cajun quips and say the word bell pepper.
Bell pepper.
Bell pepper. Bell pepper.
Don't believe it. Tomorrow, the real gumbo is gonna win.
All right, guys, day of the competition. We already got the car pretty much packed. About to put a couple more things in there. Gonna head to beautiful Pepito Mo's. Just commented on my competition. The videos I got from him was like bad reality TV. He's trying to sell a story, not to sell his gumbo. He's he was like, oh yeah, this is passed down from generation to generation. He's not talking about the food. He's trying to become a character on a bad reality TV show. So, ain't too worried about that, you heard me? We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna come out with a W, you heard me?
You know, thinking about this upcoming Salt Lake City Kitchen Clash, and my opponent Joe, and thinking there's several things that we don't agree on. We don't agree on how to make the best gumbo,
The grid system.
or that I'm clearly better looking.
But there are 3 things we do agree on.
Celery, bell peppers, onions.
The holy trinity of Cajun cooking. All right, guys, what I got a Parmesan cheddar cream sauce on the bottom, but it's going to be a crawfish cake on top. It's pretty much like a crab cake, but crawfish in it. Then I grilled up a asparagus with some garlic salt, and then I got a pickled okra remoulade on top. So there's definitely some hot sauce. If you guys want to use that, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, that's my version of a crab crawfish cake. I got 2 for you guys too. I just want to make sure I had 3 for the judges.
I was starting. I don't know if you saw the tears.
As you described it, I got chills.
I was like, can I fight any of these guys?
With a mask, you have to like emphasize
I do. I
the
feel like
actions
the
and
eyes
stuff.
working.
Yeah, I'll get working on you and Indu's, and I'll be back, guys.
It smells
Enjoy.
so good.
All right, guys. So the kitchen clash has already started. They've come out with a lanyap, which is apparently like an appetizer, kind of like a first dish. So we're gonna check in on the judges here and see how they're enjoying.
The cream sauce is amazing.
Sauce is on point.
What is this? We got a crawfish cake.
Crawfish cake, asparagus, some kind of sauce. He said. I don't know, but I love the sauce.
Yeah.
It has
Daniel's
a nice
enjoying it.
acidity to it. Like it's there's a tartness in it. That's really nice.
And like it has mustard or mustard seeds.
Look at
Maybe
you,
that's what
chef,
it is.
pulling out the mustard seed. That's a sophisticated palate.
Thank you.
Right? I'm like, it's vinegary. You're like, it's mustard seed. It's also, it has a good amount of crawfish in it.
It
So
does.
right away, I didn't get just breading, which is always really hard when you do any kind of like seafood patty.
Yeah.
He did really well. Look, you can even see it in there. I don't know if you can zoom
Oh,
in
yeah.
on that.
Is it bread and cornmeal? Like yeah.
There's cornmeal.
Yeah, really, really well done. And what's also really nice is that the onions and peppers, I know a lot of people aren't fans of onions and peppers, but these are diced down at a pretty nice size, so you get the flavor from it.
Yeah.
And
Without
it's
even knowing.
really, really, it's just a lot of nice, pretty colors.
That's a good texture too, not too soggy, not too like firm.
And it's not overcooked.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just got a fresh chunk of garlic.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, this is the test though. Will this stay up?
Yeah, does the asparagus hold up? Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
The wilt factor.
That's true.
Nice crunch. I didn't get stringy on me. Mmm.
Yeah, I think it's stuck in my teeth.
Right. Hmm. That's also seasoned very well. Every layer has a nice amount of seasoning.
It's not overpowering.
No.
It's actually really nice. It balances out with the white cream.
Caleb, this was bad. Caleb, could have been better.
Comes out here, but it was trash.
Yeah.
That sauce though, it's really good.
Okay, we got Caleb presenting lanyap number 2.
This is a
frog leg and shrimp crostini.
What?
Frog leg.
With a hummus base and pesto, cilantro pesto. On top.
We got a frog leg and shrimp crostini. Whenever I see frog legs, I just think of the Muppet movie. Like being chased across the country for his beautiful frog legs.
The lime on it is not overpowering in the pesto sauce.
I don't want to bite it. It just looks like
I know, it looks
so
really pretty.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Oh, damn it.
I'm sorry, that's a really good shot. This is like the downside of this.
taking shots or
I made a mess. Don't try biting it all the way through, but
Oh, that's what I was gonna do.
I thought
All right.
about that too because the bread's kind of tough. And I'm just like, all right.
Got it.
the sauce is really good. If this is a pesto,
Did Caleb and Joe just like make up these like lanyards? Like they just kind of were like,
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's like the real creativity coming through.
yeah, I agree. Like, it was originally just supposed to be gumbo, but
Yeah.
Joe was like, lanyards are like a thing.
I like a big deal. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that before.
so
I didn't either.
how do you say it?
Lanyard?
Lagnac?
Lanyard?
Lagnac?
Yeah,
Lanyard?
Yeah.
Lagnac.
Yeah, with a
So
P.
it just means a little something extra, I guess.
I like this little something
like
extra.
an amuse-bouche.
This is good.
The hummus really ties it in together pretty well.
Is hummus in here?
It's in the bottom. It's the hummus.
You guys, major FOMO right now. Like,
It tastes the cilantro tastes good. What's the pesto sauce? That's really good. Whatever. Is the frog leg salty or is the shrimp salty? Something salty, but I like it though.
It's a nice balance though.
Yeah, I like it. It's like fresh and salty, and like the bread soaks it all up.
I wonder if it's the pesto that's that saltiness, or maybe it's the shrimp.
No, I don't know
How
the
he
shrimp.
seasoned the shrimp.
Yeah.
It's very nicely cooked, so it's still
It's not rubbery.
No, it's
Yeah.
not rubbery.
That's
It's
where a lot
so
of people
easy to
do it.
overcook
Yeah.
shrimp. That's like one of the hardest things to like get right.
I haven't tried the frog leg yet.
I'm
I'm really excited.
The saltiness you're
sauce,
tasting is
yeah.
from the shrimp.
That hummus is amazing.
It brings it all together. The hummus calms down the saltiness of the shrimp,
It does.
so it brings it kind of an equal balance to it.
Frog leg is good, but I don't get chicken from it. I don't know.
What do you get from
I
it?
don't know. It's like,
Did you try it by itself?
yeah. It does smell like some hummus on it though.
That was frog leg.
Look at the frog leg, yeah. It's good though. Like,
It's
not-
definitely a chewier meat.
Yeah.
I'm so happy right now.
That was really good.
Okay, so Anthony, you've had both lagnacs now. What did you think? You had the crawfish
Yeah.
cake, and you had the shrimp and frog leg crostini. What are your thoughts?
Both presentations were really amazing. I really did like how they both looked. The crawfish was really well seasoned. Wasn't overpowering. Everything balanced out with the mustard seeds in it. And it just, you couldn't even taste the cornmeal. It just held a really good balance and held the whole thing together without falling apart. Now this was amazing.
Destroyed it.
Yeah, it's gone. There's nothing left. The hummus since the hummus wasn't salty and the shrimp was, it balanced itself out with the pesto style sauce on it. And the frog leg was really good. It didn't taste gamey or anything like that. I actually enjoyed it all. It's gonna be a hard decision.
Kim, what did you think? What's your experience with frog legs? Have you had frog legs in the past?
Oh yeah. As a little kid, I was tricked into eating them. But honestly, both were really good. It's hard to choose. They were just, yeah, they were both very yummy. They all had, things that stood out to me. So first with this, I wanted to call it a crab cake, but it's not. What did he call it?
I already forgot.
Crawfish
Crab cake.
crawfish cake, something like that. I don't know. It's really good. What's really nice about this is that you can actually see pieces of the crawfish, and a lot of people that make any kind of seafood cake don't really do a good job at making sure you're actually getting the meat that you think you're going to get. So that was really nicely done. The sauce, though, I am a huge sauce person, and this sauce is like, I want to literally lick this bowl. So it's just like, it has a nice acidity to it. It's creamy. It's flavorful. Every single bite is flavored really well. This was amazing too. I would say my favorite part was the hummus. The hummus was amazing. It did bring everything together. It complemented the pesto that was on here really well. And yeah, you couldn't even tell that you were eating frog legs. To me, they still taste like chicken, but it was superb. And then the shrimp had a nice saltiness to it, which really helped to keep everything balanced. And then the crunch from the bread was really nice as well. So yeah, really hard decision. Right now, I'm going for this, the cake thingy.
Okay, cake thingy.
The cake thingy.
The cake thingy.
I'm gonna dip.
All right, Daniel, what do you think?
I think they're both good. You know, I don't have the culinary experience as my co-judges have, so I'm gonna give you like the.
You're gonna give us the real.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the. I'll give you the uncle review of the food. So let's start with the seafood crawfish cake. No, that was really good. You know, the sauce really stands out. You know, I'm a big sauce person. It's like, it's not too heavy, not too thick, but the flavor is just right. There's actual seafood chunks in the cake, so that's always a plus. You know, I hate getting like a crab cake or a shrimp or a salmon cake and it's just like a little bit of salmon and all flour. He's added a great amount of peppers. I think those are, you can see like some cilantro in there. You know, it's not too overpowering, it's good. But Caleb's, what's it called again?
The shrimp crostini, the shrimp and frog leg crostini.
The shrimp and frog leg crostini, that was good. You know, I'm a big seafood fan. You know, the shrimp tastes really fresh. I like seafood that kind of melts in your mouth. I don't want to like chew on my seafood. So that was a plus. And then the cilantro really stands out. You know, I'm starting to love cilantro more as I've gotten older. So I don't want to pick any favorites, but they're both really good. I like the crostini better. But, you know, they're really good.
I saw you pull out the frog leg and take a bite of the frog leg on its own. What did you think?
Yeah, that was my first time having a frog leg. It tasted good. I didn't get a chicken vibe from it. You know, I'd consider it more, maybe like kind of crab meaty, like, you know, like a real soft crab meat type of texture. So, but it was still good though.
This is Gumbo A.
Gumbo A. Is it sizzling or is it gloves? So.
You will have to use the same spoon, by the way, for both gumbos.
That's fine.
See, I have no ideas whose gumbo I'm getting. For you.
This was not
Smells
sweet.
good. I should make a TikTok for this. I've tried to.
Gosh, I still don't understand TikTok.
I don't either.
I'm
It's
trying.
so hard.
I think we're out of that age range.
I told my daughter, just be my content manager.
A
She's
quick
12.
note from the chef
Okay.
of this. It is typically served, and he prefers it to be served with cayenne garlic Tabasco, which should be here on the table somewhere. Yep, this is what he recommends, so I'm going to put this right here in case anybody wants it, but that is what he recommends. Besides that, nothing else.
Okay.
Just Tabasco.
Just
Cayenne, okay, so I see. Oh my gosh, it smells so yummy.
It
I'm gonna
does.
do a taste test with just the gumbo, then the sauce, and then with some bread. Let's see.
Okay, we've got Gumbo A. Just came out of the kitchen. Our judges are just digging in, taking their first bites.
The color's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's nice.
Initial thoughts, first bite?
It's good.
Goes very well together. Nothing that's too powerful. Texture's good. Shredded chicken's good.
There's a little bit of heat coming from it too. Very, very subtle. Now I'm gonna put
It doesn't
this
kick
in
you
here.
in the face.
No.
How does it feel having somebody stand right over you, creeping while you eat? Is it weird? Is it awkward?
It's creepy.
Helpful?
I mean, I have siblings, so not really.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Perfect.
anybody
All right,
else
well, I'll let
wants
you
any
guys
of
enjoy
this.
I'll take some of that, so I won't reach over you. Thank you.
Interesting. I feel like the reactions are different this
Uh-huh.
time.
Gumbo is just too much. Like, you can't just really, like...
Can't just, like, you
yeah,
gotta, like, really, like...
process it.
Yeah.
There's so many levels
It's
to
just
it.
so complex. You gotta, like, get all the different... flavors coming out of it.
Here you go.
All right, Anthony. So you've had like the first pass of gumbo, gumbo A. Initial thoughts. What are you thinking?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. It needed more, I want to say, flavor. There was no shrimp. I was expecting shrimp.
Okay.
The sausage was a bit bland. The chicken was good.
Yeah.
The color of it was great. So great color. The rice absorbed all the juice. So it was kind of like more mashed potato-ish kind of a texture.
Mashed potato-ish. Okay.
But
Yeah.
other than that, it wasn't too bad.
All right.
All right, on to you. By the way, guys, neither of these are seafood gumbo.
Okay.
I'll take that back.
That's up.
That's okay, because now they're on even playing field.
Oh, okay. That makes sense
Okay.
now.
All right.
Okay, Kim. You've had your first taste of gumbo. What are you thinking? Right out of the gate.
It was good. I felt like the complexity of flavors that I would normally get from a gumbo wasn't there, but I think it might have been because of the rice just really absorbing all the juices. Like I wish I had more juice to slob my bread in and dip it in. Chicken was very flavorful. The sausage, I would agree with Anthony that the sausage was okay. But then when you do add this cayenne garlic, it did help to enhance some of the flavors. So yeah, so I'm interested in trying the other one now to see what the difference is. Oh, and the color was did have nice coloring. It wasn't too tomato based, which was nice.
Okay, good.
All right.
I did not know it's okay. Change everything. It's not seafood gumbo.
Yeah, we
I was like,
Recalibrating. Okay.
Yeah, that's where we calibrate.
Okay, cool.
Take those points back.
So the gumbo was good. You know, it had a good appearance. Oftentimes when you get like a kind of soupy gumbo style dish, if it doesn't look good, you kind of like worry of it. But it looked good. Tastes good. It had good textures. I would have liked to have more like sauce and more like of the juice of the gumbo. But the rice did a good job of soaking it up. But but it didn't take away from the flavor too much. The sausage was didn't hit like I thought it would. Wasn't like. I guess it wasn't crispy enough, or didn't have enough. Seasoning wasn't spicy, so the sauce could have been a lot better. The shredded chicken was really good. It was a good gumbo. I'd eat it again.
This is Gumbo B. This one is a bit different in that it is topped with what we call filet, which comes from the sassafras tree. It gives the gumbo an earthy taste to it. So you can mix that in, but I'll also leave some on the table for you as well.
This has a stronger smell.
There you go. And in addition to the gumbo filet, the chef recommends mixing in LA hot sauce.
LA hot sauce, I love it.
What's LA hot sauce?
Like LA.
Hot sauce.
Oh, Louisiana.
Oh, I was gonna say like LA.
I was like Los Angeles.
I know they make
That's
gumbo.
why I laughed. I was like,
Good,
huh.
and then
Okay.
LA hot sauce is cocaine. But
That's what I presume.
I like the crunch. I don't know if whoever made this grilled it or something. I'm not sure. Or sauteed it a little bit first.
Crunch in the what in the.
And with sausage.
Yeah.
I got more of a crunch in this sausage, so the texture I felt, that does come out fast.
Maybe they were
Be
using
careful.
maybe they sauteed the sausage first, took it out to make the roux.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if they use that in the base
With
of the roux.
fat.
Okay, this is gonna sound funny, but I wish I had that other Tabasco in here.
Yes.
Better than this one.
Yeah.
try it.
Coming right up.
Thank you.
Oh.
Now it's a combination. Can I get another gumbo? No, I'm kidding. So I like the chicken. I like the flavor from the chicken from the other gumbo more. But I love the flavor that I'm getting better from this sausage. Which to me is the best part of gumbo. Is the sausage.
I did prefer the Tabasco sauce this one.
Yeah.
Instead
That's
of
the
the
gumbo file.
Yeah.
I like the gumbo file.
It's
Yeah.
good.
I've had it somewhere before. I can't really pinpoint it.
I think that's what they did for the sausage because looking at it, you can see the oil of the fat.
Gumbo File sounds like a police detective show set in Louisiana.
Gumbo.
The Gumbo Files.
With a little A at the end. Filet.
Filet, gumbo filet. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, gumbo filet. What's the same gumbo? Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
I don't know, would be like, what? Meanwhile, we're like,
Complexity.
I think the gumbo filet is a cheat code.
right?
That's a cheat
Yeah, a little
code.
bit.
I don't think that should be part
Uh-huh.
of it.
But that's part of his seasoning.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You can come out now if you want. It doesn't matter.
What's it taste? I mean, like I smell the flavor. Like
How does
like
it
Say what's in it, what it's made of?
You would think it would be like this magical, like,
Ground sassafras leaf.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
Let me try.
Wow.
What is a sassafras?
I don't know.
Because my family's Jamaican and they have a name for everything, so I don't know what's.
If it's like the same thing that exists over here and they just got their own name for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I was expecting.
right?
I was expecting kind of like Cajun flavors, not even. Has more of a earthy, watery, seaweed kind of a thing to it. So the second gumbo I just had, I really did enjoy it. The liquid of it, fat tasted like they cooked the sausage first and made the roux from that fat, which it was really good. The sausage was amazing. I don't know what this is, sassafras, whatever. It gave it a good flavor. I did actually took Kim's advice of taking it with the Tabasco sauce instead of the LA because Tabasco sauce, this one was amazing. But other than that,
We are not sponsored by Tabasco.
oh yeah, we're not sponsored. They haven't paid us. If they paid us, we will, but we're not. So, but yeah, I thought it was good.
So, I think for me, what really stuck out with the second gumbo was the sausage. I felt like the sausage was crispier, and it added that extra complexity that I was looking for from the first gumbo. The coloring was good. I feel like I got more liquid on this one, but again, I think that just depends on the timing of the rice and the liquid and how long you let it sit before it's served. But it was very good, and I feel like this is a game changer. This gumbo filet, if that's how you say it, but that added a nice little touch to it as well. So overall, pretty good. I did like the chicken though better from the first gumbo, but the sausage on here was nice.
All right, I'm gonna just start off by saying gumbo filet. That was an MVP for me. Added the right amount of seasoning. It's a familiar taste, but I can't recall from where. But it's a nice little touch to it. The sausage def stood out. Like it had good texture, had good flavor. Like I enjoyed the sausage being part of this gumbo as opposed to other one where like the sausage was just kind of like in the background hanging out, not doing anything. It had good color. They both had good color. My coach had just said everything else about the gumbo that I agree with. The hot sauces. I like both of the Louisiana and the Tabasco one. I put both on half and half. And then even without the hot sauces, like this gumbo had a nice amount of heat to it that kind of stuck around, but didn't damage me. If that makes sense. It was good flavor.
I'm just gonna be like 0-0. No, if I don't get another one, y'all gonna get 0. I think presentation on both of them were great.
I have to say, it's nice not being on the receiving end of this.
Right? I know.
Welcome to our world on Yelp.
No, people are just mean on there.
People are mean
On Yelp?
Yeah.
They're so
I think when
bad.
you make something anonymous like that, it just gives people this, like, they feel like they need
They're Mighty Mouse behind a keyboard because they would never tell you that to your face. I have more appreciation for people that come into my restaurant and say, I don't like this and this is why. That I can take it back and say, okay, let's look at this. Is it something we can adjust? Is this just our seasoning and they just don't like it?
I love
Or
it when
is
they
it
send me
really-
a private message and they say, hey,
Right.
this was a little off. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
It gives me a heads up, like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, our judges are busy scoring.
Don't look at it yet.
Hey, man,
Let's see how they're coming along.
I'm gonna shock the world. I'm almost done, bro.
I'm gonna shock the world.
A lot of
That's awesome.
pressure. A lot of pressure.
It's like, I'm not cheating. You're cheating. I'm giving them all 0s.
I should give them both zeros for authenticity because I was expecting seafood gumbo. throwing a curveball.
That's not actually a bad idea.
You guys both get zeros for that. So. I mean, I gave them zeros on the authenticity, so that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's true. I thought it was going to be seafood gumbo.
I agree with you.
I thought it was going to be seafood
Screw
gumbo.
that. I agree with
say
you.
that apparently it was specified that it was going to be a chicken sausage gumbo
Oh.
in the initial.
Nah, they get zeros.
No, I agree.
They get zeros.
I switched my card up. I agree.
I mean, it doesn't affect the score too much.
No.
Like, we're 1-1. Like, I wasn't gonna.
Screw it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was
I'm
gonna-
scraping mine.
I mean, I was gonna give them both 10s for
I'm not
accuracy.
giving them zeros.
no,
Yeah, but-
I was expecting shrimp.
I was too. That was like the first thing I asked. I was like, "Where's the shrimp? Does anybody have shrimp
So that
in there?"
deserves zeros.
Yeah.
You know it deserves a zero.
Nah, they would have both got the same score for accuracy anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
We should let the chefs also rate the judges.
Oh.
Be like, they expected shrimp. And I don't know why.
Can they read?
it was all trash.
Get out! We brought it in harvest.
For the appetizers, I really enjoyed it a lot. What was in that white sauce?
At the bottom,
Yeah.
it was just heavy cream. I had a roasted garlic salt and then 2 sorts of cheeses, Parmesan and then a mustard cheddar cheese from Vega.
That's what we were tasting.
There's cream, but we don't know what type.
Yeah.
You called garlic though. You said the
Yeah, you
garlic
did. You did
taste.
call
Yeah.
garlic.
You called mustard too.
Yeah. There was a little bit, yeah.
I called tartar sauce. I was like.
Well, there was something
Like acidity.
that had a tart acidity to it that I was like, oh, maybe that's what it. But it might have been one of the cheeses too.
The acidity was probably from the pickled okra. That was the
That
sauce.
makes sense. That makes sense.
That was the pickled
Okay.
okra ramen.
I don't know. It was like a flavor explosion. In
It was
my
really
mouth.
good.
It was
the
so
sauce.
yummy.
And did you make the hummus?
I did.
Because the hummus was really good. And pesto, did you put lime in it?
Lemon.
Lemon. Yeah, I knew there's some form of acid. It was really good.
Yeah, it was.
It was awesome because it brought it all together.
So I love both. Or we're talking about the desserts, right? The aperitivos.
Yeah, the appetizers.
What do you call them?
Lanya.
Yeah, a little bit extra. Yeah.
Okay. So they were both delicious. Hands down delicious. I'm very impressed actually with both of your culinary skills. I wasn't expecting something. The presentation on both was really, really nice. They were both very beautiful and both very flavorful. I did love that cream sauce and that pickled flavor, and I loved the chunks of crawfish in the cake. I love the saltiness from the shrimp in yours. That was really, really nice. And that hummus was the bomb.com. It was so good and creamy. It wasn't, sometimes when you have hummus, it kind of feels a little sandy. I don't know if that's a good way of describing it, but grainy,
Yeah.
but it was creamy and very flavorful. And yes, I would agree that the pesto was different, but it just pulled it all together. So great job to both of you on that. Kudos. I enjoyed it. I wanted to drink that sauce, by the way. Just saying. It was so good.
I got you.
So if you have more, I would like to take some.
I can make more. Yes. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so both lineups are really good. They both had their highlights, they were flawless to me. I just liked one more than the other. The seafood cake, what's the name of it?
A crawfish cake.
Well, the crawfish cake was really good, right amount of it wasn't too much like cornmeal flour. The sauce on top of it was really good, good chunks of crawfish, the onions, the peppers. You put cilantro in there too?
I had parsley.
Parsley was in there, that was really good. And then I'm so bad with names. The shrimp.
There's a crostini.
Crostini. The shrimp was really good, nice and salty. I really love the cilantro and pesto combination. It was like real cooling and refreshing. Oftentimes you get seafood, sometimes it's kind of greasy. It was like nice and clean. It was like a fresh bite. The bread added a good crunch to it. And the frog legs, I didn't get a chicken taste from it. I think I said earlier, it kind of reminded me like a crab leg texture. So it all came together really well. So good job, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And the asparagus, you did a good job cooking the asparagus. A lot of people fail at cooking asparagus, and I'm one of those. I always overcook it. It's so easy to overcook,
It is.
but it had a really nice, I don't know if
It's so
you
crunchy.
cooked it with a little bit of lemon. Did you? A
Just-
little
just
bit?
smidge, yeah.
So it had a nice punch to it, but it was perfectly crisp. It had a nice saltiness, but not too salty. I love asparagus, so that was like really good.
Thank you.
Yummy.
Sure.
So Gumbo A, the chicken was amazing. I really did enjoy it. The chicken. It felt like the rice was put in too early, so it was sat there, so the rice absorbed all the flavor. It just needed a bit more of a punch because the sausage was too bland. But you didn't make the sausage, so it's all good. But other than that, with the Tabasco sauce was good.
I would agree with Anthony. I think the chicken was very well flavored. The juice, I wanted more of the juice so I can really just so to add a little bit more of the flavor, but the rice absorbed it so quickly. The Tabasco added a nice flavor to it. It's a very good Tabasco, not to help them advertise, but it was very good Tabasco. But yeah, I felt like the sausage needed a little bit of crisp to it, and just a little bit more flavor on the sausage side.
All right, so my judges said, my co-judges already said a lot, so I'm gonna try to be a little different. Well, from a parent style, I think Gumbo A looked better. I like the color, even though, the juices were all soaked up, it still looked better presentation-wise versus Gumbo B. They both had their own unique flavors. I'd order both of those gumbos. And first of all, I'll say I'm upset. I thought it was a seafood gumbo competition. And
Amen.
Also, there was a letter in the mail that said it was, chicken and sausage, but I never got that letter. I don't know but
Minus on scores.
So I had to recalibrate my thought process. But each gumbo was really good. But like they said, Gumbo B, the sausage depth stuck out. That sausage flavors are dominant. The fat from the sausage can really take over a dish, and I think that's where Gumbo B had the edge.
Yeah. Were we supposed to talk about Gumbo B too?
Yeah, you can add in whatever now.
It was A. I thought it was A and B.
No,
jumped the
that's
gun.
totally fine. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said both.
okay.
Either order. So if you guys have
okay,
anything to add.
No, you're good. I'm like, I felt bad. I didn't talk about the other one.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it. Gumbo B was good. There we go. No, it was really good. The sausage, that fat from the sausage gave the gumbo a really good kick to it. I think if the chicken from Gumbo A landed in Gumbo B, it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Because that chicken was bomb.
Yeah. The chicken was really well done, like we said, on A, and then the sausage was like really well crisped and it had that nice texture. When I bit into it, I can actually hear it crunch a little bit, and then it just added that extra that I think it was looking for from A. But yeah, the chicken was good in A, sausage was really good in B, and then that filet stuff alone, it doesn't do anything, right? Like we all tasted it alone, and it was like, what is this? Like burned grass or something. But on top of the gumbo, I think that might have been also, besides the sausage, what helped to set apart the different gumbos. And then there was a little bit more juice, but again, I think that was more of a timing thing with the gumbos. But both of them were good. I would definitely gladly come to your houses and eat your gumbo anytime.
You cook, I'll be there.
Okay, so the winner of the lanyap, the little something extra challenge, between the crawfish cake from Joe and the shrimp crostini from Caleb, the winner is Caleb with the shrimp crostini. All right, ready for overall now for the gumbo?
Yep.
All right. For the Kitchen Clash, SLC, third installment, Gumbo Challenge. Well, first of all, Joe won on color and presentation. Caleb and Joe were tied on accuracy and faithfulness of presentation. That is to say, they were tied at 0.
That's how we felt, and we're not taking it back.
The 3 judges who are not from Louisiana, apparently experts on what constitutes a faithful representation of Cajun cooking. So, yeah. Just,
We're not cleaning.
Daniel, can you repeat that? You had Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Okay.
That's funny.
But we have Joe with 108 points overall, and Caleb with 119 points is the winner
Good job, brother.
of SLC Gumbo Challenge.
So which one was which? Whose was whose?
So
I was A, he was B. Yep.
Caleb's was the second one that you had.
Yeah.
He was Gumbo B,
Nice.
and will forever be known as Gumbo B. Winner of SLC Kitchen Clash Volume 3. There you go.
Hey,
Good job, guys.
have anything to say?
I disagree.
Stand right there.
I disagree with
know, just look.
with the appetizer. I had both. I think Joe's won hands down. I totally agree with the gumbo.
Yeah.
Smoked him.
I introduced him to that sausage, by the way.
Oh wow, wow.
All true.
You didn't
Yeah.
use that sausage?
No.
Oh,
He
dude.
was going to use that sausage.
You would've won. You would've won.
Did you guys
Yeah.
use different sausages?
We did, yeah.
Oh,
wanted it to be
okay. I thought they were
He
the
was
same.
going
but
to use the
cooked different.
sausage and he did not want to have two.
That would have
and then
been,
he
like,
made a
hard
last
for us then.
decision.
Yeah, because if you would have used that sausage with that
I
chicken,
think you would have won.
Yeah, the gamesmanship, too nice, man. You gotta be cutthroat.
For sure, for sure.
Dude.
It was really well done, guys, though. Yours
this is
was my
good.
favorite appetizer. Or
Okay, there
I really like that stuff.
I love shrimp, so.
Yeah.
And the frog legs was on point.
Never cooked hog leg before.
You did a good job, though, for the first time.
The filet though, it's for me it's like really important in Cajun cooking. The sassafras tree is an amazing tree. You probably had it before, even if you didn't know. Like it's the root is used in root beer. The leaves are medicinal. So with the every single thing on the tree is edible and medicinal. And then the leaves grind up, make that, and they like a thickening agent. It tastes
And made
it tastes
famous
it
in
tastes like
an
nothing.
Aerosmith song, Love in an Elevator, when he says, kiss your sassafras. So, I don't know if that's... I think it's important. I just want to make sure we capture the historical record. That sassafras is represented in Love in an Elevator.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
True.
That's basically it.
Is it grown in Louisiana?
It goes all over South and the Midwest.
Okay.
It's like a chicken foot leaf. It looks like a chicken foot. You just pick it off and it's going up. We just pick it off and you just chew on the
I
stem.
thought
You just
something
chew on the
else.
stem and you walk around and it tastes really good. Better than the.
Yeah, because that tasted like nothing.
It does not taste
Honestly.
good by itself, you're right.
Well, it didn't taste terrible, but I felt like we would get more flavor from it because of what it was doing and how it was helping to balance out the flavor from the gumbo.
Just I'm sorry that we disappointed you with the seafood gumbo. But what happens is like so mine came from Gonzales, it's like between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and he's in Lafayette, right? And every single family makes a gumbo different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when you start going inland and up the river a bit, you start getting like fresh seafood. So all the families from back in the day, they would use what they had, you know, the pigs and the chicken, and they would make and then do it.
was Billington Emulsions already making king cakes, or did they have to make this special? Like,
They are already making them.
they were already
Yeah,
making them?
yeah. So I had one a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and other places you can get them from like Smith's,
Yeah.
but they're usually like mass produced and stuff like that. So it's not like a good one by any means. I think this is like
This
the
looks
only
clearly like homemade.
only like the legitimate one in town. So
Yeah.